I joined the Greek dance group when Phil, a Logan chiropractic student in St. Louis at the time, introduced the idea of creating the Hellenic Dancers of St. Louis. Immediately, we all fell in love with the idea, and all the Greek Barea and friends decided to join in, and the rest is history.
Dean was well-liked and respected by a lot of folks, and that also added to not only attracting people, but keeping folks in the dance group.
Not only was he a leader, our director, but also a friend.
Dean was and is the link. He brought us all together.
Even though we were all friends, when we were at practice, there was a level of respect that we had, and we listened while Dean taught us the dances that he did take time to learn.
Dean was a traditionalist and wanted the group to dance like the natives where the dance originated.
He did travel, and he did work with other groups to kind of master the meaning, the definition, the region, the costume, everything about that dance that we were learning that day. Try to give us a little bit of a background. He really took the time to get to know that. You can see the pride that he had for teaching us.
Practicing with Dean was intense sometimes. He was a great dance instructor, and in my opinion, very gifted, and he knew the steps without flaw usually. He was very meticulous on having the performers getting the dances down correctly.
He was able to devote his life and his time to something that he was totally passionate about, something that he had knowledge of, something that he wanted to share. He wasn't forced to sharing it with us. He had that love in his heart for that tradition and for Greek dancing.
He was impeccable, but also fun and genuine.
We laughed so hard at practice, and I know his friendship continued with so many future members. Everyone loved to be around Dean.
To show the kind of dedication that Dean brought out of us. It was one of the long weekends that we had a dance festival of the church, and I really wanted to be at least one of the performances, even though that weekend I had been away in Wisconsin. And so I drove for a good at least 8 hours, and I was there for at least one of the performances, and even though I was tired, but I wanted to be there. I wanted to dance with my friends and be there for Dean.
Dancing for Senator Eagleton was a day I will never forget. We felt so professional and could see that our hard work paid off.
We performed all over, in schools, nursing homes, universities such as UMSL, private parties like the U Club in U City, private homes, other Greek Orthodox churches like Columbia, Missouri, dance conferences, Chicago, Atlanta, Orlando, Montreal, international festivals in St. Louis. We always received invitations to perform somewhere, and sometimes we got paid, which with the money we earned, we put away to buy costumes and take trips to dance conferences.
I can remember many performances where we had certain malfunctions, whether it was with costumes or with the stage or anything like that, but we got through it because of Dean's personality and his lightheartedness. We kept our professionalism, but we didn't take ourselves too seriously. So when a headdress fell off or somebody's belt went flying off into the audience, we would always look at Dean and he would be laughing, so it lightened us up and it made us feel like everything was gonna be okay and we'd get through it.
There was a time we did end up in Greece, and we went together to the island of Zakynthos to get order some boots for the dance troupe. The only flat place on Zakynthos is the airport. So we rented a car, we're going up to the side of the mountain, and I told Dean, whatever you do, keep your eyes on the road. Do not look over here because all I saw was the sea. I didn't even see the ground. But we ended up going to the mountain top of Karpathos to a village of Olympos, and that's where he got the boots for the dance troupe.
Dean was patient, fun, and very detail-oriented. He stood his ground when it came to making sure our dances were authentic.
Attention to detail, absolutely 100%.
Dean was an amazing dancer. We could tell by the way he held himself and the way he performed and the way his steps moved. I actually had friends of mine that would come watch us at the festival and be amazed at what a good dancer Dean was. A friend of mine had actually said to me, he says, "Wow, that guy is really, really good." We said, "Yeah, we know."
We now have generations coming in whose parents performed, and aunts and uncles, and it's a never-ending flow of dancers coming into this group.
When I say the word Kyklos, Dean immediately comes to my mind, and I visualize my memories with him from childhood to adulthood. Great memories of laughing, dancing, and spending quality time together.
That's what Kyklos is. We're all going to be friends, and it's a never-ending circle.
I decided to help the group when I noticed Dean's health starting to deteriorate. He devoted so much of his life to Kyklos, and we could not let that fall apart.
I take pride in knowing that Dean taught me, and I am so fortunate that we'll be able to now pass that on.
Dean's legacy is through the language of dance. Dean can speak to anyone.
Dean was a natural leader and a stand-up guy who used his philotimo, statesmanship, skills, and talents to teach the Greek culture through Greek dance in the church. Dean will always have in mind be remembered for his contributions to Greek dance and those he inspired to also show philotimo and teach what they learned from Dean, the true meaning of pare and kefi and the art of traditional Greek dancing.
Even today, when I dance Greek at any event, anywhere, Dean always dances beside me.